Hey guys! So today the topic is what am I going to do on a daily basis as a coach? So some of you might be thinking, I'm already so busy, I have kids and I work full time, or I go to school full time and I work, and so it's like, how am I going to fit anything extra in? So, you might be curious, what will I be doing every day? So the first thing that we are encouraged to do as coaches is to be a product of the product, which many of you might already be doing or want to do, or maybe not want to do but know you need to do, and that is to be living that healthy lifestyle and exercising, drinking Shakeology, which I did mention in the other videos that it's not required to drink Shakeology. So if you don't want to, that doesn't mean you can't coach. You can still be a coach and not drink Shakeology. But just being a living example of what it means to be working towards being healthy. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect, because it really motivates people to understand that you get it and you know what it's like to struggle. So just knowing that you're working and making changes, you're not perfect, but you're making small changes in the right direction to live that healthier lifestyle. So just doing your best to live that life of healthy eating and exercising. And then the second thing is to share it. So if you're living that healthy lifestyle but no one knows about it except for the 10 people you spend time with, then it's going to be hard to be successful at this, because more people need to know what you're doing. So by sharing, that means posting on Facebook or on Instagram or YouTube or whatever social media platform you like best, sharing what you're doing. So it can simply be a picture of your containers saying something about, portion control made easy, and then a picture of your containers. That could really spark someone's interest. Or maybe a picture of your lunch that day and saying, I didn't know healthy eating could be so easy, or I didn't know healthy eating could taste so good. Things like that to get people's interest. Sharing a recipe you tried, or maybe a motivational quote. Just things like that to get people to know the attitude you have and the motivation you have, and then what you're doing that works for you. So just simple things, and it doesn't mean you have to blow up your news feed, people's news feed, with pictures of you working out. That's not what it's about. And as a coach, you'll get lots of training, like I mentioned before, on what to post so that you get people's interest and you don't annoy them. So again, the first thing is being a product of the product. Second thing is sharing, and the third thing is inviting. You need to invite people to join you on your journey. You need to invite people to join you on a challenge group, because if you are posting on Facebook, hey, I'm running a challenge group, who would like to join me for 21 days of healthy eating and exercise to jumpstart your fitness journey. You might have people like it, but are you going to have a whole bunch of people message you saying, I want to join and invest in a challenge pack? Probably not. I did not. Some people do, but I personally did not. I had to send out personal invites, and I still have to send out personal invites typically. I do occasionally have people come to me, but more than not, it's personal invitations sent to them through my Facebook inbox. And the reason that is because people will like on it, and then I'll send them a message saying, hey, I saw you liked on my post regarding the challenge group. Thanks a lot. Are you interested in details? And then a lot of times they'll say, yeah, I'd love to hear more. And then once you share with them exactly what it is and what it's about, then yeah, this is something I'd really like to do, and then they're ready to invest and join your challenge group. But sometimes, even though you're posting and you're inviting so publicly, they just don't feel it personally applies to them. So you send them that personal message, and it makes all the difference. So just inviting people and having a list of people you think that that might be interested, and then starting inviting, and then expanding your network. And finding new people to invite. And all of the trainings we get teach us how to expand our network and how to use social media to our benefit to build our business. So it's not rocket science. It's not hard. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's just more consistency. So if you're a busy working mom or a busy working dad, or a full-time college student working, know that this doesn't take a lot of time every day. It just takes consistency every day. So a little bit of time every day is going to make a big difference. The consistency of someone seeing your post on Facebook, if you're posting maybe something that you're interested in that you would normally post, maybe if you are into crafting and you post something, you frequently post things about craft projects you're doing or something like that. Continue to post that, but then once in a while drop in little seeds here and there of your fitness journey. And so being consistent with that is going to continue. After a week or 2 weeks of people seeing it, it's going to get their interest. So that's how inviting and letting people know what you're doing and being consistent makes a big difference. So it's not a lot of time, it's just consistency. And we all probably can find that time in our day. I know when I was working full-time, I'm a stay-at-home mom now, which if you're a stay-at-home mom, it's still hard to find time to fit things in. And so I tend to get up early. So for me personally, being a stay-at-home mom, I get up, and this is my personal routine. It doesn't have to be your routine. You don't have to do this. When I tell you my routine, don't think, well, I can't get up that early. This is not for me. And this is just what works for me. And so for me, I get up at 5 and I do my workout. My workout's usually 30 minutes, not super long, and it's working for me. I'm building muscle and I feel stronger and healthier, and ever since I started, 30-minute workouts is what I've done. So I do my workout and I shower and get ready before my kids get up. And then I have a little bit of time left over before they wake up. So if I'm running a challenge group, I'll post to my challenge group some motivational tips or some nutritional tips or a recipe or whatever I feel like sharing that day. And then I will send out some messages inviting people to my future challenge group, or maybe I'll send out a couple messages to people who are interested in coaching, kind of sharing a little bit with them what it's about. And then sometimes I'll send out an email to my current coaches. It just depends on the day. I do a little bit every day. And then I prepare my post for the day for Facebook. So by the time my kids get up in the morning around 7:30, I have all of that done. So the rest of the day, I really don't have to do anything else with coaching. If I do more, it's because I choose to, not because I necessarily have to. It's just because I choose to, because I enjoy it, and I make the time for it in the evenings and things like that. So if you're a full-time working mom or a full-time working dad or whatever situation you're in, I know, we have our favorite TV shows, or we have our time we scroll the news feed on your Facebook or Instagram. So if you're already spending maybe 20 minutes a day on Facebook, scrolling news feeds or looking at people's pictures, take that 20 minutes and still be on Facebook, but have more of a purpose and be using that time to build your business. So it's just taking the time you do have and managing it a little bit and creating a schedule for yourself, but it's so doable. I mean, all of my coaches on my team, almost all of them work full-time. I have a couple who work part-time and a couple who are stay-at-home moms, but really majority of them work full-time. And my top coaches on the team, my coaches who are building teams themselves and really successful in the business so far and who have been in it the longest, are all full-time working moms and wives, and they're doing awesome. So it's totally possible, and it doesn't take countless hours every day to make this business work. It just takes a little bit of time every day and consistency. And that is what would build you a business, a business that can replace income. And if you're just doing it as a hobby, you don't even have to commit that much time. But I do want to share a story with you of a personal friend I know who is a coach, and she's been coaching for 18 months. She worked full-time, and she has every day just worked a tiny bit on her business, inviting, running challenge groups, things like that, and then living it herself, being an example of health and fitness. And so with that, a year and a half later, 18 months later, she has 2 young children. She's able to work 4 days a week now compared to 5 because her coaching income replaced that day's income. So now she's cut back 4 days a month, and the additional money she's making as a coach also pays for all of her childcare for the month. So you can see how a little bit, even as a full-time working mom, that little bit of income she makes, or that little bit of time she puts in every day, is with time making her enough money to be home with her kids more. So 1 day a week home with her kids, that's a huge gift to her. I mean, she feels extremely blessed to have that day home with them. And the amazing thing is her team is just growing, and she's becoming more and more successful, and her income is growing. And within another year, I wouldn't be surprised if she could be 100% stay-at-home mom, because once you get to the point she's at, it starts to grow even faster. And everybody grows at their own rate. She's a full-time working mom, so it might take her a little bit longer than someone who doesn't have children, or different situations you can put in different time. For my personal story, I started coaching 6 months ago. Actually, it's about 7 months ago, and I've been able to replace my part-time income as a physical therapy assistant. So that's been really nice. As a stay-at-home mom, it feels good to be able to contribute financially and to help out, take that pressure off your spouse. So, that's just in 7 months that I've been able to do that, and I feel really confident, like with time just continuing to grow, that income's just going to grow as well with, like I said, a small amount of time every day and just consistency. So don't let the idea of the time scare you away from this opportunity. We can definitely help you figure out how to fit in the daily necessities to build you a strong and productive business. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for listening.